As a kid, I sucked at Monopoly, like really sucked. My brother was decent, and my dad, he was always several moves ahead. So what did I do? I complained. I complained that he was older, that he never gave us a chance to win, that he had more experience, and I was right. I was completely right. He knew all the rules. He knew what to buy and what to pass on. He knew when to buy hotels and which collections to go for. But it taught me an important lesson, one that took me far too long to realize. And like board games, business works the same way. There are levels of expertise, and in this video, I'm going to break down the levels of business so that you can define exactly which level you're currently at and where you want to get to. There are 7 levels in business, but to get on the board, you first need a job. It almost doesn't matter what job you get because it's the environment and the foundational skills you'll start picking up. So what environment should you be looking for and what skills? Well, that depends on how you want to start your 7-level climb. As you listen to what's required for each level, think about what you want in your career. And you'll start to get a picture of the environment and the initial skills that you want to pick up. And please listen carefully to these first few levels because over the course of my career, the biggest blind spot I've noticed people have is the belief that they are on a different and higher level that they are actually on. Or alternatively, they may have one foot on one level and one foot on another level, and they don't even realize it. And they can't move fully into that next level because they don't realize that they have that foot dragging behind. Basic understanding of your department and your role within your department. Ability to do everything in your role with relative correctness. And a basic understanding of your company's vision for the future. Most people ignore the last one at this level and try to jump to level 2. And this is often the hidden foot drag. You think you have it covered because you've read the company's mission statement and vision statement and you can almost regurgitate it word for word. But do you really understand why your company exists? Think about it like this. If the company that you work for went under tomorrow, what would be the market gap that another company would swoop in and try to scoop up? And if the answer doesn't feel immediately obvious, you're still at least in part level 1. Key features of a level 2 understanding include the ability to streamline your work, to see how to make changes to do it more effectively, and then make those changes. Knowledge without action is not level 2. Further, you can articulate the value you bring to your department, to the organization, and your core skills that make you an asset. Additionally, you can speak to the work that others do that brings value to the department, to other departments, and the organization. And third, you know who to share this information with, when to bring it up, and how to talk about it. By the way, at each of these levels, depending on the company, you could be an individual contributor or in charge of a team. And I'd like to say that I've never seen a level 1 be promoted, but I've occasionally seen it before in really small companies or non-corporate work environments. So let me ask you this. Are you stuck here? I created the Level Up Hub education community because you can make a lot more money in level 3 and beyond, but it's hard to find high quality mentorship and coaching to get you there. I'll leave a link in the description box for you. You have a clear understanding of other departments in the organization, what their purpose is, who each department generally works with, and the challenges they face, both external pressures and internal conflicts. It is generally difficult to have more than a surface level view of this if you have only ever worked in one business area up to this point in your career. Often you'll think you've mastered this level because you understand the department's tangential to you. For example, sales and marketing often understand each other. IT and business systems often understand each other. Finance and accounting often understand each other. Not only do you understand the value of all of the functions of the business, but you understand the departments within each function. For example, product marketing function versus product function. And further, taking product marketing as an example, you fundamentally understand why some companies put product marketing under the marketing department and other companies put product marketing under the product department. And you know why your company has chosen to place it in one or the other. You know why each function is a necessary part to the whole. And you start to think strategically about how your organization is structured and whether it's the most effective that it could be for what you're trying to accomplish. And at this stage, you can look at your own department and think about how it can be structured to increase value and decrease cost. You think about who is leveling up the team and who is causing drag. And you can step back from the who in an objective way and look at the roles that are adding value to your area and the roles that are taking value away or are unnecessary. You know what changes you need to make, even if it means restructuring or eliminating certain roles and responsibilities, including your own. In addition to the structure and the value propositions, you are looking at the market for opportunities to expand where you're at or reach into a new market. I remember working at this company some years back, and the marketing team advocated for some extra dollars to expand their lead gen and their pipe for the sales team. They advocated successfully and they got the extra revenue and they spent it very well and they executed extremely well. But because only the marketing department got budget for this initiative, there was no increase in top line revenue. Why? Because they looked at the request in isolation. And this is the difference between level 4 and level 5 in business. You can lift your head up from the department and look at the company as an entire organism. And it becomes extremely clear what's essential, the heart, the brain, the lungs, and what's not, and to what degree. Think appendix and spleen. You can recognize when a department needs to evolve. And you work with other areas of the business because you know that you cannot make the necessary changes in isolation. There are upstream and downstream implications to business decisions. Remember the marketing department? They sent those extra leads down the same sales funnel that they sent all the leads the month before and the month before that and the month before that. But the sales team, they had not changed size or adjusted for the extra load. In fact, they didn't even know about it. And as a result, they couldn't handle the capacity. Leads weren't contacted timely, they fell through the cracks, and no additional sales were made. Had sales and marketing worked together, they could have planned for this. And by the way, all those extra leads, had those turned into sales, there would have been implications for every single department downstream of the process. And if you think accounting couldn't possibly be impacted, think again. Think about if a company has a certain amount of customers that don't pay on time and you have to pick up the phone or send an email or a call. Let's say it's 5%. If you double sales in 1 month, that is a doubling of the amount of follow-ups that the accounting department has to do to collect that revenue. Knowing what metrics to look at across the company, it's absolutely essential. It's likely that you could head up any area of the business, any department in its current state and make it better because you would have the expertise to bring in the right level of talent to fill the key roles. Your skill set is now in the bigger picture rather than the discrete expertise of a specific department. In fact, it's no longer about being good in a specific business area. You have been through so many experiences and hard moments that you have a Rolodex to flip through for almost every situation that could possibly come your way. You leverage looking at the broader landscape of businesses to create departmental advantages. You see all the moving parts and pieces almost without realizing it. Business becomes the ultimate chess game. You focus not just on your business, but how other businesses are thinking and planning. You can see your own pieces on the board, and you can recognize and predict how the other players will set up their next several moves. You could head up a company in one industry and then apply the same busy savviness into another industry entirely and be equally successful. You play for the sheer joy of the game. You may have noticed, as I covered each of these 7 levels, that I didn't talk about the skills, the roles, or the jobs within each one. And I've especially avoided the soft skills. And there's a really, really important reason for this. Every person's path is different. And business acumen, aka the levels, can be gained independently from soft skills or specialized expertise. You can have a master's degree and be stuck at level 1. You could have never gone to college and take it all the way to level 7. It all depends on the exposure and the experiences that you get in business along the way, those who mentor you and look out for you and help you grow. And independently of that, you will have a separate set of soft skills and hard skills, and the combination of all of these will make you extremely unique. You will have a specific combination of hard and soft skills that will give you a competitive advantage. And that, coupled with your level in business, will determine your role in an organization. So what's your business level after watching this video, and where do you have foot drag? While I go into each of these levels and common hard and soft skills that are required to level up on your success in my Level Up Hub, I wanted to share these levels with you here on the YouTube platform. And YouTube thinks that if you enjoyed this video, you might like this one next. Take care, stay true to yourself, and have a great day.